Gotta do better. I 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 gotta do better. Gotta do better today. Gotta do better before it's too late.
Said I gotta do better, I gotta do better. I gotta pick up the pieces and master the puzzle upon us. Look the man in the mirror in the eye and be honest. Slow down time, get back in line with my chakras.
Yo, what's up guys? My name is Nathan and this is the sub 130 half marathon training series. So if you're training for a half marathon like me and you want to run a time of under 1 hour 30 minutes or just run a new PR, definitely subscribe to see all the episodes. I'm documenting my training from start to finish so you can learn from my failures and hopefully get that new PR. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So the eagle-eyed viewers will actually notice that I didn't post the week prior, which means I actually have 2 weeks to catch you guys up on. So the first week, I'm not really going to bore you with the details. I have my Strava pulled up right here. Definitely go follow me. I'll put the link down below. But I ended up doing 48 miles and most of those were just easy runs, 6.5 to 7 miles. And the one workout I did was actually 10 times 1K, which I talked about in the last video saying that I was going to do. And the workout went very well. I was hitting 354 minutes per kilometer or 616 minutes per mile or faster for all of the reps. And I honestly thought that I was in really good 10K type of shape. So besides the 10 times 1K workout for that week, I did a long run on Sunday, which ended up being 13 miles. And this was a very solid run as well. I did a progression style, starting off at a slower aerobic pace. So started off at 9:17 minutes per mile and was able to cut down into fastest mile was actually 6:46, mile 11. And then the last 2 miles were a bit slower because I had to stop at some traffic lights and crossings. But overall, I think that was a pretty successful progression and really helps to build the strength in the legs to be able to run faster at the end of a long run. Because during a half marathon, the end is when you really want to be pushing hard because that's when you're going to make or break the time. And so I want to just simulate that a little bit with a progression run and get those 13 miles in to build the volume. So moving right along into this previous week, I knew I was going to have a 10K race on Saturday. So I didn't want to cram on the mileage, but I still wanted to get some good volume in. So I did my easy runs as normal, but for my workout on Thursday, I ended up doing a 5-mile progression run. So kind of like a shorter version of the long run that I did the week prior. And that workout went okay. I was able to progress down from like 7-minute pace, trying to progress down to 6:30 pace. I didn't quite hit it the last mile, but then again, the loop that I was doing, it started off big downhill and then it was like a lot of uphill and it was a 3-mile loop, which actually was foreshadowing the loop I was going to do for the 10K race. So definitely the elevation hit me hard. I also did a whole leg day workout in the gym the day before. You can actually see that if you check out my most recent video. Yeah, my legs just were not feeling it, but I wanted to put in a hard effort, and so we got it done regardless. Next couple days, easy, and then Saturday, it was time to race. The morning of race day, I kept my routine pretty simple. I ate just a couple slices of toast with some sunflower butter because I'm allergic to peanut butter, and drank 2 scoops of G1M Sport, which is carbs and electrolyte mix from BPN. And we were off to the race. Me and my dad, we drove out, showed up, got my warm-up in, and it was time to start. I went off more conservatively, running like around like 6:30-ish pace. And my goal was to just kind of hold 6:30 to 6:26 for the first 4 miles and then see what I could do the last 2 miles. Going through the first couple miles, felt easy, felt confident. Moving into mile 3 and 4, it got a little bit more difficult, but right at like the end of mile 4 is when I knew that it was going to be a struggle because after all the downhills, it was going to be a complete climb to the finish. And I really started struggling. I stopped looking at my watch and I just kind of knew that sub 40 is probably not going to be in the cards for today. But I pushed hard and ran it into the finish, and I actually ended up taking home second place overall and first place for my age group, which I'm not complaining about. But again, that type of stuff doesn't really mean a ton to me. Like, I really just want to run fast times, if I'm being honest, and to know what I'm capable of in training versus what I put out on race day. Sometimes those two things don't line up, but hey, still grateful to be able to run and get a new PR regardless. A PR is a PR. Following that run, I just did a shorter recovery run the next day. I didn't do a long run this week, which I know for half marathon training, I need to be doing long runs, but I think at this point, recovery was more important because this coming week, we're about to hit peak mileage. These next 2 weeks, peak mileage, and then it's time to taper down. And then race day will be here before I know it. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming along on this journey. Thank you to all the new subscribers who have joined for this series. I really appreciate all you guys. And again, if you want to see the whole journey, definitely subscribe and follow me on Strava so you don't miss a single upload or a single run. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.